Oh, game isn't up. Oh, there it is. It's super tiny. What the Okay, so. Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek. Don't know what the fuck is going on. It's not working. None of it's working. It crashed the stream as well. I've been trying to make it work for like 30 minutes, and I give up. So anyway, we're gonna jump into something a little bit more interesting and relaxing. This is an FMV game. This is called Her Story, and from my understanding, we're trying to utilize clues based on statements in these video sequences to figure out the truth of the situation. I'm looking forward to playing some FMV games as well as other mysterious kind of detective-y stuff on Mystery Mondays, but I kind of felt like jumping into this right now because, well, Hello Neighbor wasn't happening, and I was just getting really frustrated, so gave up on that. Anyway, let's jump in. Hopefully I can turn that music. ER story. I think we've solved it, guys. It's like a PC. It's cool. Oh! You were logged in authorized guest. Oh, that's nice. In the Logic database. Okay, Cornerstone. And to query to access archive footage. I like this. I like this a lot. Search term murder. Yeah, let's go right off the bat. Alright, okay, so I guess we're figuring out... Oh, hang on. Let's read me's. Introduction to the Logic database. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police workforce. The Logic database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be the most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. Database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. Oh, interesting. Automatically sorted using our technology, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Retrieve a clip, type in a word, example, robbery, into the search field. Click search, and the database will return all clips in which a speaker uses that word. Ah. Okay. To narrow search, use multiple words. Robbery, supermarket, if you are working from printed transcript. Okay. You can even be more precise. Use a very common search for an exact match against the entire statement. Example, yes, I was there. Oh, that's a good one already. Sort up for later reference, click add to session. Ah. Also, if you should add additional tags of your own to help future searches, you can make your own. That's cool. Awesome. Hey, here's the database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97. Figured this would be enough. Take your time. SB. Strong Bad. Thank you, Strong Bad. You're so sweet. Race hack? Your game? Cracks with class. Cracks with class. I love it. I guess we'll just jump on in.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder.
Right.
What can I do to help?
Not super helpful, but it is something to work with. What is this?
Yeah, that's me. But February, and that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Simon's murder.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
I don't believe her. Only like 3 minutes into this, I don't believe her.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other. Just that. Stories.
Stories. You wanna tell us about the stories? Right, I think we should check Simon first. That seems like an important one, since it is the name of the dude who died. I'm sorry, 61 entries found, access limited first 5. Okay, fine.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things.
Shit, I should probably be making
really
notes.
beautiful things.
Fuck. If I'd thought ahead about making notes, I would have prepared that. Let's do Ernst Glass. Glad, yes, that's what I was trying to say. Of course. That's fine for now. Hit me.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair,
Oh,
average build.
hot.
He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it.
I feel that.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair.
Of course not. But I understand.
I bought a photo. They said a spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
Trying to get a notepad. I'll potentially make some notes. I feel like that'll be really helpful. Pen. Shit. I do have pens. Where am I? Ah. Ah. Opener. I've got like a box of pens. I see them. Box of pens. These are the pens I like the most. So that's okay. So, we're trying to solve the murder of Simon Smith. We know he's 6 foot. Sorry, she gave a description here. Let's play that again.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair.
Ginger riff beard, yeah.
I bought a photo. They said a spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome.
Ooh.
It's the best one I have.
Holiday Rome. That could be good. That could be good to look up. Oh, we also know he works for that. Glass. So any key words that could be useful to look into?
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
The Rock, Helen, Peter. Got a couple of things there.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games, you know, and, Save the Princess, that kind of thing.
Same. Feel it. I feel that. Save the Princess. Amstrad.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident.
Okay.
So what do we do next?
You tell me, lady. Okay. Let's go with Rome. The holiday. Shit, it's only the one thing? Right, let's try the word holiday. Oh, there's...
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together.
I get that. Hot.
Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Okay. Okay. Amstrad. Shit. Rock.
So, it was Friday evening.
Oh, this is good shit.
We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job, but he didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come and see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Interesting. We're gonna go with night of disappearance. Add to session. That's pretty important.
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Rock. We've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong.
I suppose so.
No, no one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone summoned you from the Rock.
Okay. Nothing too crazy. That's fine. Eric. Oh.
He was wearing a shirt, with a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric.
Ah, Eric is boss.
He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear.
Ah.
He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
Eric equal boss.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street.
Owned by Eric.
I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Just double check that about Eric owning.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Never mind. Cavalier. Eric owns van.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one.
Silver Visa. So I guess Visa. Silver. Silver Visa. Guess that's something.
Eric was like an uncle to him. They
Oh,
were
yeah.
pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
Mm-hmm. Eric and Diane. Excellent. Eric and Diane sitting in a tree. Excellent. We're gonna start with Visa. Yep, it's fine. Diane. Surprisingly a few.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing.
Right.
They have 2 kids, really sweet kids.
Aw.
She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Yeah. This lady worked at the same place before. Interesting.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time. It must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Glasgow. I'm also going with watch steel. Watch Steal. Let's go. Hey, she has a fucking guitar in this one. What the hell?
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house.
Right.
Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. But that would be us returning the favour. Diana's a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
Yes. You make it sound incredibly rare and obscure. It's really not. Right, let's see. Master Chef. Lloyd Grossman. Chef. Blah, 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 blah. CFAX. And fennel. Is there anything potentially interesting? What's this?
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing.
Why'd she have a
They're getting
guitar?
so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
No need, but thank you anyway. I think we'll try Visa, which we don't really get anywhere with that, if I remember right. You know what? Silver. We'll try silver. I doubt it. Oh. Something.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Silver leaf mirror. Perfect for someone who doesn't want to see on reflection. Interesting, then. Just in case I hand you.
Look, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it. By hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. That's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror. And he gave it to me.
He gave me a mirror, the bastard. Mirror!
My name is Hannah. Hannah.
Fucking got her name.
It's palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards.
Correct.
It doesn't work for Merrick though. It's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea.
Aye.
Sorry. Hannah Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Thank you. Your fucking husband's dead? Like, ain't time to play shenanigans. Oh, 31 Gladstone Street. Excellent. Hannah Smith, 31 Gladstone Street. You know, actually... Oop, oh, shit, that's the wrong one. It's too late now. That's the one I wanted, not this one. Oh, wow. Really make it tidy. I don't know, that's kind of nice. I do like that. I think it's fun. I don't want to delete the session data. Ooh. Sorry, we're still going.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while.
You were mad about the mirror.
The present was a mirror. A nice mirror.
Mm-hmm.
He'd engraved the glass. The kind of mirror a princess would have in a story.
Yeah.
He made it specially for me.
You sure did. Princess mirror.
The mirror.
Yes.
I can't remember.
You remember.
I put it somewhere safe.
You just hang it up?
Upstairs, I think.
Ah.
I haven't looked at it since.
Scared of mirror. Excellent. Silver leaf. Mirror. Just the one, which is fair enough. That works for me. Simon Smith. Shit, he's only one time uses his full name, which is fair enough. Gladstone. That's fine. Street. Oh.
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember, well, I went over the river. And then there was a church. There. Yeah. And I probably parked... Well, I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be this one. There.
Drove over bridge. Well, I guess technically drove over river. Parked on street. Parked on Prince's Street. Remember right?
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted.
Ah.
The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi.
So this is after
Not a
you
big
get the
crash.
right, so you were
Just came
incredibly
wet.
upset.
The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Car crash in Glasgow after mirror fight. Hospital. Greg. Scratch. Seems important.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Ooh. Okay, actually that's a fair amount of info. Comes home. No Simon. No coat. Cold kettle. Phone rings. Sleep. Eric call. Doug. Eleanor. I think is how you spell it. Doug.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
Do you? Do you?
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school.
Fun.
They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us. There's always been pressure.
That's not what I got from that. pressure. Dinner lady at primary thanks to Doug.
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage.
Don't look at me.
And she still has a secret like that.
Can't believe you're ratting her out. Ratting her out! Eleanor, secret smoker, causes porcelain. Next to Reader's Digest. It's ratting out your friend.
1984 was an awful year in the end.
1984?
We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring, and my parents died in the summer.
Fuck.
It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful.
What?
Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police.
You mean Doug and Eleanor?
A forensic entomologist.
The
I had
fuck?
to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
Shit.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Spilled coffee.
If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too. A grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull our Hannah's to match. Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl.
Sorry.
The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. And she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. She snuck a frozen piece up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies was synchronised anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
Shit. How about that? Are we fucking twins?
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Yeah. Boom. Thank you. Morse code. Oh.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry. Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't.
Okay.
She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Got a little glare there for a moment. Did you see that?
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place. Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid, and she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes. Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater.
Sorry.
There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it out. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up after. It was a love-hate relationship.
Right.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London, and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him.
I get it.
The taxi driver we paid to drop us off. I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police.
Smart.
So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So my parents let me off. twins. Really? Are you really asking me that question?
Kinda, yeah. Oh, it's her. Spooky, creepy. Twin, haha.
Are you out of your mind?
No.
Twins?
Yeah. Real, though.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Fucking hell. Fuck. 16/06/25. That is not the date. It's not the date at all. The time, that's also not that. Well, 44. It's like an hour off. It's weird. Lawrence.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing.
That's true.
I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road.
Damn.
I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror.
I bet it was.
She was me.
Eve. Always kind of new.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it.
Skits.
Older papers, letters, that kind of thing.
Right.
Her story was in there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand. I guess I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family.
Aww.
But her husband died in the war.
Aww.
And that was back when you married for life.
Mm-hmm.
She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then.
Damn.
You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know. No, it was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl.
Wow. Shit.
It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread. Maybe I misunderstood. Or
I get it.
sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
For realsies. For freaking realsies. Lawrence. New. Always wanted a firstborn girl like her. Family history. Eve was picked before she actually.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower.
Isn't that right?
Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince.
Oh,
Mother
shit.
Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. But she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending.
I did not know that was the full story.
Is that too much?
No. Rapunzel, Mother Gothel, pregnant Rapunzel, cut off hair, blind prince. It's insightful. It's really interesting.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me.
But you guys are like twins, so.
They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror.
Wild.
Just like the one he'd given her earlier.
Ooh.
That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She didn't meant to scare him off.
Well, I think we've solved it. Eve tells us the truth. Anna dresses as her, as to be her when he comes home. As to be when Eve gives her similar, unique, present mirror. They fight. Anna, shard of mirror, neck clean, open.
We loved our cat, Domino.
Okay.
He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden.
All right.
And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other.
Aww.
Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
You know, that's not something I never really thought about. I mean, I know there's obviously always the talk of how twins do a lot of things similar. They synchronize a lot of things, like even their thoughts and stuff, right? I never thought about their handwriting. That's interesting. I never thought of that. I'm not saying that's always true, but like, it is interesting if that's even remotely true. Domino. I guess we'll. Domino.
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything
It's like a
about the cat.
reverse domino.
If you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
be crazy. Don't be crazy, we know. Cat flap, too small, silly. Mirror is wig.
A wig? You mean... But what type of wig?
Flustered.
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
Very flustered about a wig.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
It's not the cat flap, you loony. Oh, it's so funny though.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs.
Fucking hell.
Parks and alleyways.
Jesus Christ, lady. If you
I
don't
was
deserve
17.
if you don't deserve this shit,
It felt like I was being punished.
punishing yourself. Sure.
It was Hannah who had betrayed us.
Yeah? I suppose.
I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
But it's not what happened, is it?
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing and she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
It's fair. It is fair. Slice. Sliced. Open. Oh.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
After dinner, noticed nursery stuff in cellar moved. Inspected, found bin bags, found body. We don't know if that's talking about Simon specifically.
No, they were shut. Most of the windows are really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
She won't stop about the bloody cat flap.
Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off. Open this door.
Fuck off. Just that one. Okay. Resting. Me. It's probably a shit ton, yeah, as a surprise.
Sure. Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there. Sure, I think. I do all the bills and paperwork and handle all the money stuff, so it should be easy for me to find. Do you want them dropped off to you? It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present. From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up. Simon was already up and he made me birthday breakfast of Eggs Benedict.
Delicious.
We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday. Then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. It turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left.
And she definitely did it. We already know that.
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup. No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly. You know. See properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
Okay.
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
Huh? Talk about oh, Adam and Eve. So that's Eve. Eve has a tattoo. Or is it Hannah?
So I moved out. Got a small bed set. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion.
Leave.
I was singing in a bar in the evenings. So I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
Oh, God, that's fucking sad.
He saw me singing one of my shows. Pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there.
I can drink.
Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream. He's married couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to.
Suppose so.
A long time. We got married when I was 17. Childhood sweethearts. Something like that. Are you married, detective?
I'll see how that's relevant to the case here. I'll be the one asking questions, thank you.
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. We could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive-aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything. I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
It's pretty logical. Pregnant at young age. Parents say get married. Yes. Not that crazy of a concept. Blonde.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Interesting.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Seeing a lot of the connections.
You want me to play something?
No.
I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay.
Convenient.
quite a traditional ballad.
Rather not.
Should be right up your street. There were two sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the
Kind of things that are just on the nose for this is
cared for the youngest one. Oh, the dreadful wind. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down.
like at the beach.
Oh, the wind and the rain watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, she floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swan. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
Oh, that's where it gets weird. Okay. Weird ballads. Bush. Mimics. Tradition. Yeah, what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I supposed to just see like all the videos? Oh, hang on. That's this. Oh my goodness. DB344A, one volume missing. I'm supposed to find a specific thing.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
Damn it.
His body. It didn't look real. And his throat.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like his throat had been cut.
You got it.
And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick
You've told us.
glasses.
Guess I should search cat flap, shouldn't I? Fuck's sakes.
Doesn't always work.
Fine, I'll search cat flap. Good, I'm glad we figured all that shit out.
On his throat. How? Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood.
I bet.
instead. Okay. I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your records? Nothing like this has ever happened to me before. The blood. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. I mean, worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So, she was sat behind him. She had my wig on. And she'd been there all day. And she had blood on her. And she was in shock. Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it. We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope. No, I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
Sucks. That's shitty. Ay.
No. The whole thing was wrong.
Wrong how?
The bags,
So we're just gonna eat some rice cakes while you're talking.
We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours. It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other.
Because she was pregnant. Hannah.
We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck. I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before.
Aww.
It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it.
Good.
It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us. When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but... Oh, okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house, I knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Strange. Strange.
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant. It's morning sickness. No. Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
So I'm trying to talk so much while my mouth is full. There's only a few things left I can think of that I need to check. I guess not. Huh. Shocker. But there's still so much to find.
home. Yeah. Well, they have one for the glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
Okay.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the glaziers. No. Everyone loved Simon. He's a glazier, he doesn't have much money. I don't know. I don't know. No. I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. Stupid.
How could you?
So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family. No.
No, stop. Is one. Silly thing.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic. It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford. Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again and there he was. And again the next week, he offered to buy me a meal.
Aww.
I told them I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye,
Smart.
he asked me to kiss him. Romantic.
Was it like go? It is like go. I'm just kind of clicking. I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing here. assuming we just have to fill the whole board, right? Whoever has the points has the points. Maybe there's something to learn here.
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till. Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
It is sad. Super sad.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy.
The house.
Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
I get that. I get that.
Yes. I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories. I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries,
Wow.
gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough.
What?
We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
So I feel like I'm just hyper-focused now, you know?
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper, curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there. No, he was as shy as me. I asked, when I asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid, and he bought me a Whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth.
Aww. So cute if you didn't fucking kill him.
Simon's parents offered to put me up, but I didn't think it would be a good idea. It would be too sad. Not right now. I'm staying at a friend's.
Oh. Well, that worked. SB Sarah. If you're stuck, you could always try admin random or the unlock command. Sorry, what? Hang on. I know I was about to wrap up, but like, how do we do that? Lucky Dip, random access.
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to hear right now. Ugh. Query maximum now set to 15. Hey, how about that? Oh, okay. Already checked that one. I think Simon. Simon is definitely the big one, isn't it? See, all the ones to say his name.
Thanks. Please find Simon. I love him so much.
Oh god, I thought we were gonna wrap up, but now that I feel like I can find this stuff faster.
No. I mean, everyone loves Simon. He was so nice to everyone. He loves me. I wasn't in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too.
You're to Glasgow.
I was upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car.
Yes, we know. Just real quick, since capability, was there any other big... Oh, Eric. Eric is a big one. There's a few here.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children.
Eve conveniently worked there as well, really?
Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys.
So many weird coincidences.
Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
That's for him. Don't you even lie to me, sweet cheeks.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile.
Huh?
Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents.
Oh, from the first one.
They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then... fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children.
Oh, yeah.
So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories. When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs.
Fuck, what?
It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother.
Oh, right.
So I burned the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street. This is the 3rd day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. And they say you've been asking a lot of questions. About me. Should I be worried? Am I a suspect? Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze.
Sorry, what?
We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Okay. Okay. Well.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous. Didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went. Kept changing places in the toilet. We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn.
Hannah also killed
At
Eve.
the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
Ouija board?
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and
What?
she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules.
So did you by sleeping with
She
Carl.
wanted to be the first to sleep with him.
Did you sleep with Carl?
That's when she got pregnant. From that one time. Can you imagine? I tried. I tried to get pregnant too, but it didn't happen. I slept with so many boys, men. My body refused. I think my period stopped because hers had. I was pretty ill. I mean, how could we stay the same now? I felt like Hannah had really fucked things up. Set us down separate paths. We had become different. Yes, it was a cremation for the best. We both wore black and had veils, so it was easy. And after the funeral, everyone came back to the house. Hannah served up sandwiches, and I stayed out of sight. My mother called me Eve. There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things. No, it's okay. The other detective has just gone to get me, Mum. Oh, tastes fine to me. As long as it's black and strong, I'm good. Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect? I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. When I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there and I... Excuse me.
That's very interesting.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use.
Oh boy.
We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Secret stuff. I'm surprised.
An affair. Simon wasn't having an affair.
Oh,
You're reaching here. And I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone. Simon is dead. But I have my baby to care for. Why are you trying to make me sad? Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs? You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing?
no. Might be yours though.
And what did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him. Yes, that's my birthday. Not one of the big ones, but I guess you can see that. Well, a week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house. Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back I think I was 5. It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back and we just spent ages waving at each other and copying each other's movements. I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing, right? This fucking magic sperm.
I see.
And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I missed 3 periods. I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was.
I don't think she was.
When she went home, Sam had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face. She knew.
Ooh, God.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too.
Out of the cellar, that's
They
right.
said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
She killed her parents.
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed, was still pretty sick of the STD. And I came down one morning and they were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I'd slept through it. The police said it was the mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. He used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognise them. And there's no way you would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic. What if they were crazy? You hear about these crazy people all the time. Why would anyone who knew Simon want to kill him? Yes. I'll take a lie detector test. I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work? My name. That was the only question I failed. Your lie detector works. Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after miscarriage because of complications. They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage, the worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck. It's all that matters, really, the baby. Simon's dead, but the baby, that's how he will live on. Our baby.
Which is who we're playing as.
Rehearsed? You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer.
Eve, baby.
Is that your evidence? Of course I thought about what happened then. It's all I've thought about. My husband is dead. I wanted to see my reflection. I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one. One girl. The fairy tale was over, the witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place.
Good tragic. Nothing but secret. Sister.
She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone. She never calls me that. My sister is gone. And she's never coming back. When you suspect someone of murdering their husband. That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, can't be in two places at once. I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I know it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's...
Still so many to fucking fuck. Woman? Really?
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine. No, Simon wasn't seeing another woman.
We know that ain't true. God. The watch thing gets me. Because they said after they, well, she said after they moved the body in the bin bags down to the cellar, something about the watch. That was her idea. I don't know. I don't know what that would be. Move.
Then she told me she wanted to help more. She said I should move in with her. She would come clean with Simon about me. I was family. I couldn't have a baby in a bedsit. I told her I didn't want to tell Simon. Told her to wait for the time being.
There's more to this. Ah,
Must think it's very cool that their dad is a police detective.
Children.
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. Got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us. Some things one is better than the other at. Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. You have children?
Your birthday tea.
Could I have a cup of tea? A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just one sugar. Maybe a fresh cup of tea? Okay. I'll try my best to remember.
No. Wife.
Well, she has a knife. She's been cooking, I guess. She's been cooking him his favourite meal. She's his wife. And he's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill. That's why she's sad. Because he's ill and he might die. It's kind of a sad story, so I'm not sure how it ends. After the kiss, the next time, he took me back to the house, to our parents' house, to their house. So, it was definitely him. I sometimes think he wanted to get caught to prove to himself that we were different people. He told me about his marriage, told me how his wife was completely different to me. I almost burst out laughing.
We've done quite well, to be fair. We have done really well. I don't know what else. I guess husband.
I haven't been into work. I guess I've just been waiting to hear from you, hear from my husband.
She knows he's dead. She knew before she went to the police that he was dead. Oh, I guess that would have been one of the first ones where she reported him missing, even though his body was in the cellar. So strange. Love.
Cute. You must love them very much.
So insightful.
What ages are they?
Thank you. This is weird, man. This is weird. Ha! Ha ha.
Okay. Sounds weird.
So
I'm not great at making up stories. It lasted about 6 months. I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon, let alone sleep with him. We didn't share him like the others. The rules had changed. Me living in the attic had become weird in a way it hadn't been before. Okay, she's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault. She looks scared, not guilty. Maybe it was mistaken identity. Did they catch her there? I don't know. It just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
okay. There's still is a fair bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. More than 20 at least. Probably 40 to 60. So much. I still feel like we have kind of the conclusion we want. I do feel like there's still some information missing. like some critical things that would make me feel like it's just a couple little things I don't. I'm gonna try to wrap up, but I feel like I can't now. Fuck.
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once put my hand in the oven.
Okay.
Fingerprints.
Fingerprints.
Yes. Yeah. I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too. With the fingerprints in all those places. Could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible? Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match. Fucking do it. No.
Somebody want to
Yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way. Suicide? No. I mean, he would never do anything like that. He is not the kind of person to do anything like that. I mean, to hurt himself? No.
Too easy. Too easy, that one. It's their argument. That's the last ones.
He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm quite a private person and I didn't want to get into the detail of the argument.
Okay. Regardless, I feel like we've, done what we needed to do, really. I feel satisfied with how this has turned out. I thought we might get maybe some more interesting stuff here. For all I know, maybe there is something still really interesting to get. Maybe there is a little bit more, because it makes it seem like maybe Hannah killed more than one person. She might have even killed her parents as well, which is horrific. I wonder about her and Eve after everything, but yet again, I don't know. Thank you so much for watching this Mystery Monday on a Wednesday of Her Story. It's been super fun. I've really enjoyed myself, and I sure hope you have too. We'll see you, for Mystery Monday, we'll see you on Monday. But otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow for something.